Hello students, this is the circuit we're going to be wiring up in this video lesson. It is an RGB LED circuit. And if you can tell, each push button changes the color of the light. This is a special LED called an RGB LED, and we're going to be learning about that and wiring up this circuit. So you're going to need a lot of components. You're going to need to find the RGB LED. Looks like that. You're going to need the red, green, blue push buttons. You need 9 jumper wires. Okay. It doesn't matter which ones you use, but if you use it using color coding that I use, it's going to be a lot easier. So you definitely need a red, green, blue wire. And if I show you this resistor, you should know which resistor this is based off of the color banding. This is the 330 ohm resistor. That's the orange, brown. Let's see, orange, yeah, orange, brown, gold. So I'm gonna try and use some pretty easy to remember numbers. And the first wire we're going to plug in is A1 to the positive rail. Okay, so this is the positive rail all along here. We're going into A1. And we're going to put our push button into E1. So make sure you're using the short sides. Goes into E1. Okay, just like that. E1, okay. Moving on. We're going to use another wire. We're going to go into A10 and the power rail. Okay, just like that. Keep your wires to the left a bit if you can. And what I do is, you see I have them looped just to keep them out of the way and nice and a little clean. Our next push button is going to be the green one, and that's going to go into E10. Right, so hopefully you can see that. Zoom on this is not too great. Let's see. Yep, there you go. So as you're watching these video lessons, pause and play the video as needed, and go back and forth if you get stuck or if you don't see something right away. Okay, our next jumper wire is going to go into A20 and into the power rail. And then you probably guessed that this blue push button is going to go into E20 right there. Okay, just like that. Alright, we're going to start to get in the habit of plugging in our resistor before we plug in our LED, just in case. And the legs of the resistor are going to go into, let's see, C26 and C30. So C26 and C30. Okay, you see that? So C26 and C30. Now, this is a RGB LED, so it has 4 legs, and you want to notice there's a flat side. That flat side is the red leg. The leg next to it right here, this one is the common, or called the ground. And then this should be, I believe, it should be green, and then this one's blue. If it's not, it's going to be the opposite. It'll be red, blue, green, or green, blue. Doesn't really matter. But what you really need to know is that that flat side, that's crucial. That's really important. That's always going to be the red one. And then this middle one right here, that's the common. That's the one that always gets connected to the resistor. So the red flat side is going to go into E25. and then the rest will go into the next ones just like you see there. Okay, so red is in E25, the common is in 26, E26, and then this should be green or blue, or we'll actually find out once we wire it up. It should be red, green, blue, but I think my LED is blue, green, but we will find out once we wire it up. Okay, take a black jumper wire and go from A30, and this time this end is going to go into anywhere on the negative power rail. Okay, so A30 and then any one of these on the power rail. Okay. So at this point your cable management is going to be a little crazy, so try to keep them out of the way. Okay, we're gonna now wire up a red jumper wire from A3 to A25. So let's do that. So A3 to A25. Okay, so that red jumper wire we just did is in A3 and A25. Now we're going to take a green jumper wire and we're going to go from A12, and I think it's either going to be A27 or A28. I'm going to put it in A27 to start and see if that's the one once we put power into the rails. But we'll find out in a second here. So what we're going to do next is, alright, so make sure that's in A12 and then A27. And what we can do is we'll wire in we're going to figure out if this is actually green or not. I don't think this LED was made correctly, which is okay. We're engineers, we'll figure this out. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to put in 5 volts into this pin of the rail. So connect your 5 volts from your red board and then a black wire that's going to go in the negative power rail. Let me see that. So, negative power rail. That's going to go to the GND, otherwise known as ground. Okay. And then, of course, I have it plugged into my computer to give it power. If I press this push button, let me turn down this light real quick. This should turn red. Hey, it's red. And this is either going to be green or blue. Oh, it's green. Okay, great. So, that worked. So A12 to A27, that's the green circuit. Now what you can do next is take your blue wire, plug that into, where's this blue coming out of? Okay, so see that, the blue right there, that's A22. A22 to A28. Can you see that? A28. Right there. Just like that. And if I press that blue button down, it should turn blue. Yeah. Okay, so what's happening here? We have created a parallel circuit that will send power when we push each of these buttons in to the correct legs of the LED. So each leg, so the red one, when we close this circuit, when we press the red down, we close the circuit and it's sending power from the power rails through this white wire, through the push button, out through this red wire, through the red leg of the LED, and out the common, the ground, through the resistor. That resistor is connected to the negative rail of the power rail, and it's a circuit. right? And that happens each time we press one of these buttons, but to a different leg. So this is the green leg, this is the blue leg, this is the red leg. And that's how an RGB LED works. Okay. So use the diagram I'm provided. Pause and play this video. Try to manage your cables. I've connected all of the jumper wires into the A column to simplify the circuit. So that should help with being able to see where things are supposed to go. And then of course I have indicated and told you where each of these devices, these components, should be plugged into. Okay, if you need help troubleshooting, reach out, let me know, and I will walk you through this personally one-on-one if you need it.